Hi, and welcome to Three Little Words. My name is Annie Conboy, and I'm a channel for my inspirers and guides. And this is the revamp, uh, updated Letters from the Light Side. I spent about 8 years, I think it was, every week, nearly every week, passing on the inspirations from my different guides and then managed to have a bit of a rest because life changes things and we shift about and sometimes we need to take a pause. But it was always my intention to return and to carry on um, bringing in their inspirations to us and asking them to give us their support and their wise words. Because let's face it, the world is in the state it is because we're maybe not tuning into our wisest, highest self. So here we go. What what has come up for me is that when my daughter was little, we used to sing Three Little Birds, the song by uh, oh, wouldn't you know the Bob Marley. And it was always that line, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's going to be okay. I wanted her to know that whatever else was going on, it would work itself out. It would come right in some way. And when we looked back, we would realize how lovely it actually was, even in the most difficult and challenging of experiences, what it had brought us as gifts. So when I was thinking about the letters from the light side, the guides were very clear. They know that we're stepping through challenges, big challenges, little challenges. We're stepping through having to look at the world afresh and decide what it means to be human and how to be together, not divided. And they came in with their three little words. So not exactly birds, but words. I thought that was really clever, but it's probably probably quite a boring joke, really. Anyway, so each week I will be posting a video with their three little words. Their, if you like, catchphrase for the week ahead to help you to maybe tune into those words and to help support yourself with the energy that the guides want to bring through with those words. So I've got my list, and this is the first one. So this week, what the guides want to talk about is fortitude, compassion, and grace. Now, fortitude's a bit of an old-fashioned word. It means guts, perhaps, or grit. Um, Fortitude is that state of being when we decide, you know what, I'm just going to get on. I am just going to do what I can do. In this given moment, I am going to dig deep and I am going to forge ahead. And it's important sometimes for us to remember we've got that ability. We often feel disempowered. We often feel like nobody's listening. We often feel at the moment like the world has gone mad and we don't know how to deal with it. And fortitude is a really positive way to look at what's in front of us. Fortitude is take the next step. Do the next thing. What is it that I have to do that gets me from there to there? And that we can recognize in ourselves that inner strength, that inner ability. It's something we don't recognize and we don't reward ourselves for or talk to ourselves about. So the inspirers would like you to remind yourself this week you have fortitude. You can take the next step. You can just step, 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 step. And before you know it, you're through and out the other side. Alongside it, they placed compassion. It's really, it's hard when everything seems to be pulling us apart, to find that compassion for yourself and for others. When we're fearful, it's far more difficult to recognize we love ourselves, to recognize we've got abilities and skills that will help us to overcome whatever is in our path. And fear can be paralyzing and can make what is just straightforward into the biggest issue ever. It can also get us to look at others and be unforgiving, unkind, unhelpful. Whereas if we look at ourselves and others with compassion, if we recognize our shared humanity and are compassionate, we can bring ourselves together. Our communities, our global community has to come together at some point, because otherwise we carry on in a cycle that we've had for thousands of years. And the inspirers are asking us, is this really, really in this time how you want to live? Do you want to put people as others and dump all your fear and hatred on them when really all they're doing is trying to live their life too? So, having that compassion, being kind to yourself and to others, and recognizing that fear gets us twitchy and wobbly and twangy. And if someone is reacting to you in fear, if you're reacting to someone or some situation in fear, it's time to have that compassion, to bring that love back in, and to be considerate of self and others. Um, we're learning a big ascension lesson right now. That lesson is the greater good, looking at the world and saying, what is the greater good for all of us? What transcends boundaries? What takes us out of fighting and arguing and aggression and violence? What takes us to the way every single human being really would like to live? And that is in peace and contentment, having needs met, being able to be a friend walking alongside a friend, being a community together. And that's where we need to build on the compassion, to speak about ourselves and others with compassion, because no one is perfect. No one is ready for any kind of sainthood or worship. We are all here on a journey to grow the love that we can, to reward ourselves with love and to share the love. And that's the fundamental of compassion, comes from that loving heart. The third word that I was given by the inspirers was grace. Now, when I was a kid, I thought saying grace was a thing you did at meals to just sort of be thankful. And even when I got a little bit older, it's always been a word that was a bit, not sure what that is about. And yet, what I've come to understand is grace is a divine blessing, an unexpected reward, an unlooked for help and assistance in a time of need. Grace is random. Um, it's something that comes from others to us, but it comes from us to others. Being able to be the one in the moment to support or encourage or inspire. Grace is the unlooked for gift. And the universal flow of energy wants to bring us all of the gifts. So if we are able, it's opening to receive that grace. When things change or your schedule gets shuffled around or someone's not doing what you hoped they would do, look for the grace. Am I being given something here as a gift? I don't even recognize I'm being given. Is what's happening more helpful to me than what I expected? Maybe I expected too little. Maybe I need to expand and expect more. So when we think about grace, think about the angelic realm. They operate on divine grace. They're often the bringers of these random acts of kindness, these little droplets of grace that just make it easier. The lights aren't on red, they're on green when I need to get somewhere. The appointment fits better here rather than there because something else needs sorting. So, as you go through this week, recognize the little sprinkles of grace that are offered to you. Grab them all and embrace them and go, yeah, I'll have more of that, please, because you will definitely get it. If we can accept that grace, if we can see that it's a gift to all, maybe we can see a path to changing perhaps some of our expectations, perhaps even some of our beliefs about ourselves and others. Perhaps we can start to imagine a world where there is no fear at all, and how magical that world might feel to be in the surroundings of pure love. So I offer those words from the guides and inspirers and hope that you will look for the fortitude, the compassion, and the grace this week. I am going to post this on my Facebook feed, my Blue Sky feed, my Insta. It'll also go on YouTube. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you find it helpful. It is great to be back. And I will speak to you soon. Bye.